I'm Carol Boudreaux and I'm from Thibodaux, Louisiana. In 2006, I had come to CIS because I was having some really interesting palpitations in my heart, and they were really frightening me. At the same time, I was experiencing a lot of stress. Can't remember, don't want to remember what that was about, but I was feeling overwhelmed with these palpitations.
So when Carol came to me, she was worried about some of the symptoms that she was having, specifically palpitations. She was feeling her heart fluttering, skipping beats, and it was making her very nervous. And the more she would experience it, the more she would feel it, it would even make her feel it even more. She would notice that it would happen more often. If I recall correctly, it just was very unsettling, and she was really worried about it. But the unique thing about her is that she admitted when she came to see me that she was going through some very high stress moments in her life. There were a lot of things that were going on that were stressful for her. It was at times overwhelming, and felt like those symptoms were worsening because of what was going on in her life.
The CIS doctor at the time ran me through all of the testing that could possibly be done, and at the end he said he really had good news for me, and that was that I had a benign, irregular heartbeat that probably that stress caused it to be even more irregular.
One of the things that I saw on her EKG was something called a premature ventricular contraction, or what we call PVCs. These are just extra heartbeats, or what we call ectopic heartbeats, that can happen for various reasons. And unfortunately, stress can make these things a lot worse. And it appeared that whenever she was stressed, she would feel them more and more. And it was almost like a constant cycle. The more stress she had, the more she would feel them. And that was something that was not only unique to herself, but unique to a lot of patients who may not necessarily have an actual problem, but could have some sort of stressful situation or external stress that brings on these symptoms and makes them even worse.
We went through all the testing, and I was very, very impressed with how everything was handled. And then the next week when I came in for the results, it was all good news. And he said, you have no heart damage, you have no problems as far as complications with your heart. This is all a result of your not being able to control your stress. And so right away I said, well, how do I do that? And what impressed me the most about Dr. Jabbar is that he didn't use the typical language that doctors use in saying, well, this is what you have to do. He said, when I'm stressed, this is what I do. And I can't tell you how much that relieved me, because I knew that he was talking from his own experience. And then he gave me the techniques and demonstrated the breathing technique, and I've used it ever since, and it's wonderful. You know, every time I do use the breathing techniques, I'm reminded of how special he's been, how special he is, and I'm just really grateful, totally grateful.